everybody, it's Lisa Melvin with eXp Realty, and I'm bringing you the best of New Braunfels. Today, I am visiting with Sherby, and we're going to talk a little bit about what this market is doing here for the housing and whatnot. So, Sherby?
Hi, thanks for having me here, Lisa. It's exciting to be here. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm Sherby Ortiz, bilingual loan officer with Thrive Mortgage. Lisa, I've been doing this for about 16 years, and it's been interesting to see the economy of the before, during, and after. With economics degree and a second degree in international business, everything I study is actually, I'm seeing it now. so, but it's exciting times here in the Braunfels. And I say that with a humble heart because although, of course, there's a lot of changes faster than what we can actually catch up with, I think we're all doing still a really good job of actually just adapting. And as we adapt, based on who we are today and what we've learned from the pandemic the last couple of years, I think we are actually moving in the right direction. Sure, things probably feel a little bit slower, but at the same time, I think there's still some headway that we're still doing. Nothing stopped, right? And so
Life goes on.
Life is still going on, and so as far as that's going on, we get another daylight. I think we're still going to be able to move forward and make something happen.
Okay. And as the market is changing and the interest rates are going up, people are worried about getting into a home that they can't afford.
Sure.
So what are you seeing as far as products that are coming out that can help a buyer get into their home?
Yeah, my slogan I've started to pick up is marry the house, date the rate, right? And so marry the house, date the rate. Why? Because this is the house you want to buy into. Now, perhaps, so to speak, we're looking into buying a Ferrari. We may have to buy a Toyota right now, and that's okay, right? But your Toyota's going to carry enough equity to maybe your next home will be the Ferrari, right? That you could be able to take that equity and move it forward. But there's so many programs available right now also that are allowing home buyers to be able to do so. There's a 2-1 buy down interest rate. And so what that does, it gives the opportunity and freedom to actually still take advantage of lower payments now until the interest rate changes and lower, right? What goes up must come down. And be able to, of course, offset and refinance right after that into that lower rate once that opportunity comes. So 2-1 buy down, and way that works is let's just say today's rate's at 7% here in October 2022. And you've got the first year, the interest rate drops down by 2 points. Essentially, it'll be at a 5% interest. So you're making payments on a mortgage at a 5% interest rate. Second year, it goes up 1%. So you're at a 6% interest rate, making payments on a 6% interest rate. And the third year is where it stops to what the normal rate would have been at 7%. Now, by then, I don't have the magic crystal ball, but I can, based on numbers and what we're seeing, no interest rate should have dropped by then already, where you have the opportunity to refinance.
Right, hopefully. So if anybody's looking at that and they're going, well, that's great, but then I'm going to refi. So what does a refinance of your mortgage typically look like?
Sure, great question. So the beautiful part about refinancing, one of the main things that people talk about is cost. And so what we're doing in helping the economy and the market as well, we're doing a couple of things. One of them is that you can actually not have any closing costs being paid out of pocket. You can roll it into the loan. That's one way to do it. But us as a lender, what we're also doing to help on the economy, so anytime between 4 months all the way up to 36 months, we're waiving our lender fees.
Awesome.
And so that hopefully will give an opportunity, but also an advantage for the buyer to be able to take advantage of that lower rate when it comes down to help them.
Okay, that's awesome. I mean, that's a big deal to me because normally it's just like a new loan. So you have those fees on top of it. So I really like that. The other thing that comes up a lot is people with medical debt. They had an emergency, they had some catastrophe in their life. They've been possibly told in the past, well, you won't qualify because of your medical debt. Is that true, or is that just an old wives' tale?
Old wives' tale. Everybody has a medical history. There's something that went down or something that happened, and I've been there. You look like your insurance is gonna cover it. Next thing you know, 6 months later, you get a bill like, hey, the claim wasn't covered, and it's like, what? No one called me. I just got this bill, and it's even more, of a benefit if that bill actually would have been taken care of. But it does not. It does not actually hold you back to actually be able to buy a home. We don't look at medical as something that is against your debt to income ratio. We don't look at medical as something that's going to prevent you into buying a home. So those things are there, but it's not going to pull you back.
That's good to know. Good to know. The other thing that a lot of people, I work with a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers, but on the buyer side, people are kind of out kicking tires, looking at houses. They haven't really talked to a lender. And what would you say to those people who are, let's say, maybe 3 to 4 months down the road? I always suggest they get pre-qualified,
Yeah.
because then we have an idea of what they can spend, because I don't want somebody to go in and fall in love with a house that they can't afford, because nothing is going to look good to them after that.
That's right.
So what would you say? What is the best thing to do?
Be ready. Someone coined it before, what's in your wallet, right? So got to know where you currently stand right now so you know where you're going. And if you want to actually be put in the best possible position to be able to make an offer to buy the home that you dreamed of, that's sitting right there in front of you, if you don't have your wallet with you, you can't buy it, right? And so it's no different than if you don't have what we like to call it. I like the movie Willy Wonka. So we created the golden ticket mortgage loan. Okay?
Awesome.
And so the golden ticket mortgage loan, what that is that we take the information put on the application, we take the supporting documents such as supporting documents like pay stubs, income documents, asset documents, submit that directly to the underwriter before you start shopping for a home. Now you have a pre-approval, the golden ticket mortgage loan from an underwriter. It gives you a competitive advantage as well when you actually make an offer on a third-party financing addendum. You can put 0 days because that pre-approval is already there.
That looks good for a seller.
You find a home, now you have your wallet, you can put out the letter and get your offer accepted. It makes the seller more at peace of mind to be able to take and accept that offer.
Awesome. So just to reiterate, so let's say we apply for a loan in a week, right? Or we do the pre-qualified, and we don't find a house for 35 days.
Okay.
If they pull again, is it going to be detrimental to their credit score?
So now within 45 days.
Okay.
The good news is that the pre-approval is good for 90 days.
Awesome.
Right?
Okay.
And so 90 days. And so what happens after 90 days? So I have to redo everything all over again. Not really. The best thing to do really is just like going to a dental appointment and getting a checkup every 6 months. We just want to make sure everything's okay. So in 90 days, we just want to make sure the credit's still the same. There's no added credit. There's no default credit. Could we probably get some recent pay stubs, make sure, if there's a pay raise that we need to account for? Sure. Right. But it just helps out. But it's good for 90 days.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think that takes care of a lot of my questions that I had, and I really appreciate your time that you spent with me this morning. And
thanks for having me here.
Can you let everybody know how they can get a hold of you if they have any particular questions for a mortgage?
Sure. Yeah, I would say that not every scenario is one size fits all. Not everything is the same from one person to the other person sitting next to them. So what you see in the news, what you hear from a family member or a friend may not really pertain to you. So if you have any questions regarding lending, financing, programs, what's out there, feel free to give me a call at 210-387-2001. And Lisa?
Awesome. And you can reach me at 830-237-3607, but I'll have my information included at the end of this video. Thanks for joining us today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.
Thank you.